didn't have Torres, so it was 06, 07.
They won it in 08. They won it in 08.
Yeah, you won it 07, 08.
I think it was United and United and Barcelona was 09, innit, in the final.
Yeah, and then we got them again 2 years later.
That was God, yeah. And then they got in 2011 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was against Barca's kind of peak, innit?
I'll be real, that's the best team ever. Best club team I've ever seen.
Who would they play against?
They beat Barcelona in the semis,
Yeah,
Mourinho.
That's a good question. Who do you think will win? Pep Guardiola's Barca team, prime Barca team, or his prime City team?
I think, you know what it is? I think the players in that Barca team is way better than what we have. But the system we have,
I'd agree, is better.
I think our system's better.
Your system currently
that Barcelona
is more,
team, you just need to just let them play.
Your structure of your current team and the system is way stronger compared to his team. Because he used a false 9.
When you got prime Messi there, there's nothing. It doesn't matter what system you have.
Because with you lot can adapt and change it, innit? Change up. With them, it's like just one system. You get me?
Against a prime.
Prime Barca.
Prime Xavi, prime Iniesta.
That's the best team
Xavi and
Iniesta.
Eto was a joke, bro.
And then if that wasn't enough, you had Alexis Sanchez to come off the bench.
Pedro was cold.
And they had who else they had in thingy, fam? They had
Alves, right back.
Pedro.
Torres centre back, innit? Was he playing centre back? Yeah. Abidal as well. Eric Abidal.
And then Yaya
Valdez.
He came
what
back.
did he get? Like just dickhead
on the bench as well.
I know he came back from
he came back from
No, but I remember what's it called when Man City played Barcelona, and before Milner went to Liverpool. Messi that time.
Not made him. Oh yeah, that was dirty.
He made him sit down.
That was weird. I saw he slipped over. That's when every time we played Barcelona at them times,
when he
we were
megged him
scared.
at the Etihad, didn't it? Yeah, I think I
we were scared for our life. Every time when they had Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, we were scared for our life.
It don't matter like what team you have. If Messi's playing on his prime Messi,
on his day.
Even that Juventus team in 2015 was amazing, but it was nowhere near when they had that front.
Juventus, I felt like that they done big. I feel like that was their year to win the Champions League.
When they had Pogba, Tevez, Dybala, that team was a joke.
Was dirty, he was crazy.
But I felt like Barcelona were just too good for them.
That front three,
they got done dirty recently. Juventus in that point deduction.
Do you see that?
And now they're not even
14 points. They got so initially it was 20, and then it was 14 the second time round. Yes, so they were in the top 3 at the start of the season. They got point deduction, went all the way down mid-table, made it back up, and got another point deduction.
Oh, imagine!
And they got kicked out of the top 4 again. So as if once was enough, they got kicked out twice.
In
the same season.
Yeah. And then all the players that are going as well, for example, like Di Maria, Dembele. I think he went to Benfica. Di Maria, I think
he made a good choice. I can't lie.
All these players
now that players that are sitting in Juventus now,
I think you know what? I think in terms of Lukaku, he's gone. The way he done Inter and went to go talk to Juventus.
Yeah, but you know,
and the way they treated him as well, Juventus, Inter, they liked him.
Yeah, but you know, Lukaku is a good striker. Everyone acts like he's the worst striker.
No, he's not. People just do that because
he is a good striker. Obviously, in the big moments, he crumbles. Every time, especially for Belgium as well, in the Champions League.
His hold-up play is
horrible, but he can score goals. In that, especially that Conte team where you had him and Martinez up front.
Yeah,
that's quality.
The question is he a clutch player when it comes to big moments?
No.
That's the problem. It's like he's good when it comes to like.
I think the old Lukaku, the Lukaku of old, where he had like a slimmer build.
The Everton.
The Everton one, he was so cold. I think he could have had the potential.
I think he got 24 goals that season as well. He was top scorer.
Roberto Martinez.
Kane. It
was Kane.
Yeah, he was one of the top scorers,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was so cold. And the manager was Martinez at the time, innit?
With that Barkley as well.
I was saying, he went to United. I was thinking, United are cooking with him. And then that one summer he comes back all bulky and big.
We signed him and Pogba in the same window.
The footballer can't weigh that much. That's like it's a different sport.
No, but he wasn't used to his body. I don't understand what he was thinking.
Because if you look at footballers now, they're slim. They have to be slim as possible. Like, even I've seen Smith Rowe. He put on a little bit of weight. It wasn't even that much, and people are going crazy. Because like the weight, like they literally have to be like so slim because you're literally running up and down the pitch. You have to carry as least as you can, at least as much weight as you can. So
it's like hard. Haaland, innit? You see Haaland like
Yeah.
Mass.
He's big, but he's got a slim build.
Yeah,
He got a slim build,
He looks
didn't he?
big, but he
But
probably.
Haaland's
weighs-
got natural core strength.
Yeah.
Compared to Lukaku, Haaland can
No,
bulldoze
but
you over.
I don't know why
They both can, but
I don't know why Lukaku would go to Juventus. Though. They like after everything that happened to them, and this year they're not even in
yeah, that's what
competition. They
I
got
think
kicked
he wants
out of
to
the
just stay in
competition.
Italy. That's the only reason.
So-
Yeah.
I think
I
maybe
think
he was
it's
afraid that Martinez was going to be played ahead of Lukaku, ahead of himself.
Mhm.
So maybe he feared that he would be on the bench most of the season. So that's why might have
Yeah,
gone.
'cause in
But
the-
it's just the way he did it. Like he went to go talk to Juventus
says-
without speaking to Milan for Inter.
I feel like it's disrespecting.
Yeah, he disrespected the club, especially the way the fans loved him and adored him as well.
And he's not
So
playing.
They cut it as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play with Dzeko either, because Dzeko's
Yeah.
playing wilder. So
Where's Dzeko right now? Is that Roma?
no, he's at Inter.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
he
Inter?
went to Inter now. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot they signed him as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, they signed him. Like,
How do you
last
think
season, this season, last season, innit?
Yeah.
For Roma.
How do you think about David Beckham's club?
Inter Miami, Messi. Yeah, Messi's been doing bits, bro. I think he's played like 2 games as well. Scored a mad free kick. He scored another one the other day as well.
It's a free transfer, right? For Messi.
Is it?
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Messi's only ever had free
Undisclosed.
transfers. He's never been signed for any money.
No, it's just
Always.
free.
He's
I feel
always
it's
been
Even at
free
PSG.
transfer.
Oh yeah.
Always.
So no, do you know why that's the case? He's very smart with it. He only does 1-year contracts. He only signs 1 year's
2 year,
contracts.
yeah, so he can keep
Every
extending it.
I'm
so he can
guessing
extend
next year
it, and
he's
if
gonna
he's
be
ever
on
in
a
the
new
situation
club
where he
and
needs to leave, he can just dip.
Yeah.
No complications, no nothing.
Nothing.
And he's very smart with it.
I think
can't
Pele
lie.
was going to Saudi Arabia, right?
Be-
For 300.
Who?
Pele.
Yeah.
Pele.
Yeah, is it Pele?
Really?
Everybody calls it the Ninja Tail.
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
I'm not good.
I was like, bro.
No,
brother's
Pele.
not-
I thought I rest in peace. My bad. I'm not good with football players.
No, no,
I'm
no,
thinking
no,
Pele.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Respect.
what? I'm
Respect.
thinking Pele, bro.
I always get confused. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, my legend guy.
I think that what club was it that asked
I'm not good with
trying
names.
to sign him?
And a
Mbappe.
halal or
Um,
something like
So
that.
that Saudi
I can't
club,
even
that
know.
Saudi side that tried.
Yeah, he
signing
wanted it for
Mbappe.
300 million, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was more.
So no, so they accepted the deal.
Oh.
They accepted it, but obviously we knew Mbappe was never going to say yes. I think they offered him that contract, the 1 billion a year, which is mad. We'll get into that in a minute. But they offered him that knowing that he wasn't going to accept it. I think that they knew he wasn't going to accept it, but they just wanted to show how serious they were in terms of building the Saudi league up, so they could attract other players to come to the league, like from young ages as well, and build their way up. The way they're doing it is, it sounds kind of mad, but I think I can understand they're trying to make the Saudi league a big league now, innit? But I don't agree with the way they're pumping so much money. As much as I hate it,
Yeah, they've
it's
got
just
money.
how it is nowadays, isn't it? Football's like business.
They
Yeah.
want
It's a
money.
business now.
Money talks.
Money,
Yeah,
yeah.
money
But
talks.
you know what it is? I think one of the reason why they bring in all these players like CR7, Benzema, Kante, Zaha, Dembele. Zaha, no, he's in Galatasaray.
Oh yeah, no, he is.
I
Yeah,
did not understand that because initially he was supposed to, Saudi offered him a big money deal,
Yeah.
and they didn't want him because he asked for too much. Imagine having to ask a
'cause he-
Saudi club for too much money and they reject it. That's
The
mad.
reason he went Galatasaray, he wants to play Champions League football. He's never played it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's,
I hear it,
I
I
think
hear
that's
it.
one of his bucket lists or something.
Didn't he say Drogba told him to go there as well?
I think Drogba, yeah, because Ivory Coast,
Drogba
isn't
was like,
it?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, Ivory Coast, yeah.
But do you know one of the reasons why people are going to the Saudi league is that number one
It's money.
is money.
That's true.
Number two, they want to try and make, like you said, you want to make the Saudi league go big. But number three, and I think it's very important, why number three is that they want to bid for the 2030 World Cup and they want to host it in Saudi Arabia, innit? So with the FIFA and everything, I feel like
That's why they gave Benzema ambassador, so he can literally. I think he's got a 7-year deal and he gets paid to like represent them for that World Cup as well. If they get it.
Lucky him.
Yeah.
so I will take that. I think
I'll happily go
I'll take
there.
that.
I think 2026 is like United States of America. I think Canada and Mexico are gonna host it, innit? In
Yeah.
2026, innit? So
Yeah, they got America good. But I think the mad thing about Saudi Arabia is because they're not in Europe, they don't have FFP rules, so they don't have to follow all the rules that we follow. They can just throw money left, right, and
Oh
centre.
yeah, that's true.
That's why they're so like giving out these crazy contracts because they don't have the normal rules that we have. So
But
That's
once
why
the
Henderson-
players disappear, no one's gonna hear from them there.
yeah,
So-
true. That's why I think you should go. If I was a player, I would go at the end of my career. like what Henderson's doing, something like that. I would do that.
I
But
guess.
going in the middle of your career, you could ruin, like someone like Oscar, for example. He was at Chelsea. And he went to China,
I remember
middle
that.
of his career, and he just ruined his career. Like he did get a lot of money, but
it's like
Hulk.
yeah,
I didn't
you
see
know,
why
like
he
Hulk,
was.
But Hulk was a good player, but
He was a good
always
player,
there.
but I think he could have gone to a better club
Yeah.
than Zenit.
He was playing for Zenit and then he
Zenit
went,
St.
yeah,
Petersburg,
China.
he
yeah.
should have played. He should have stayed in like.
He
like
was in the Europa League. He
League.
could have easily been a Champions
because you
League
could be
champion.
ruining your legacy.
he could have went to
doing that.
Turkey, you know, something
Yeah.
like that.
You know who actually fucked up their career is Sanchez.
Sanchez.
I guess they never learned.
Wait. So
He
why
went
do you
to
think
United.
Sanchez? Why?
Nah, I mean, I know he got free transfer from Man United, but he
That
was
was the
good.
only
He was
free-
good. I respect him in Arsenal, but he was playing bad.
That was the only player exchange I've ever seen where
Yeah.
both teams were worse off.
Yeah, that was the worst.
That was-
It didn't work out for any of us.
Yeah, it didn't work out for neither. They were better off
Yeah,
keeping
no.
Mark.
Bro, we
So
signed him.
what?
He started playing the piano. The guy got a belly. Like,
Yeah, I think he's in America, right, or somewhere.
No, he was.
was he in Marseille?
was
Marseille,
He
innit?
was actually
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Marseille.
Apparently, he
Oh.
wanted to
Marseille
come
right
Oh,
back.
he's at Marseille now.
Oh, he wants to come back.
He wanted to come back to Arsenal, but Mikel Arteta said hell no.
Oh.
No, good.
You know another horrible signing, Hazard to Real Madrid. That was
Oh.
horrible.
I think that was one of them ones where it was like it just didn't work
Yeah,
out.
it
He
should-
had
It wasn't a
few
horrible
injuries.
signing. It was
At the
one
time,
signing.
yeah, at the
where is
time,
he?
yeah, you were like, yeah.
Another
At the time, it
thing-
was
another
prime
one-
Hazard,
There was
bro.
another one. This is a really important one I want to pick up on. Di Maria to Man United. I didn't think that was a terrible signing. I
Yeah.
think it just didn't work out.
Yeah, that's what
It
I'm
was
saying.
another one of them ones where the signing made sense.
Yeah, obviously Hazard made sense.
Yeah.
Hazard,
I kind of.
And it just didn't work out. But the way that you lot treated him was a bit mad. think
I
it
don't
was
like to go off
disrespectful.
stats, but I think that season, in terms of assists, he was one of the highest.
Yeah.
He got double figures in
There was this
assists.
one special moment. I think it was the opening day against Leicester.
Yeah.
He lobbed.
And remember what he did in
Yeah.
against you, man, when Mata scored 2. He got the assist for that bicycle. Yeah.
Do you think the way Di Maria played at United the first few games was so cold?
Against Leicester, he was
You can
cold.
see the
that game.
potential. The link up with Rooney as well.
Yeah.
I think you can see the potential. I don't know what happened, why it didn't work out.
Because he was getting benched by Young, that's why.
Yeah.
The manager was playing Young over him, that's why.
I felt like he wasn't getting his value worth, innit?
No,
Di
but
Maria,
I think
innit?
he's the only player that can get compared to Messi. He's the only player that won everything.
No, he said he would rather play with Messi than Ronaldo.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, because he said like, which player have you played like that benefited you the most? He'll say Messi over Ronaldo. I
Because
don't-
Messi's more of a team player, isn't it?
Yeah, he's more.
He links up playing that. Ronaldo, he's more of a striker. He just finishes it off.
Finish it off. But it's like he won four Champions League with Real Madrid and one with United. But it's like, what have you done?
No, but with Di Maria is like he's just underrated. I don't know why.
He's underappreciated in some clubs.
He
yeah,
won
but when he goes to-
everything.
You
Everything
know,
you
in
can
the
think of. he
final
won.
of every trophy, he's the one who scored. In the World Cup, I think he scored in the World Cup. Didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then in the Copa America, he scored. For Real Madrid, he scored in the final.
Yeah.
In the
He was the man of the
Champions
match.
League. Exactly.
Every club, like every team that he plays for in the final, yeah, he's cold. He's like he's the clutch player. He's the player that you think like he will turn up to.
Even sometimes Messi didn't turn up.
Yeah.
He turned up. For
Yeah, he
Messi.
turned up.
Yeah.
I feel like Di Maria saved
Maria.
Messi.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Di Maria saved Messi's career and Ronaldo's career in a way. For
Yeah.
the first one, I feel like for the first Champions
Oh, his
League,
performance in the World Cup final.
yeah,
Di Maria,
Di Maria.
amazing. That little
He's an
thing.
unspoken hero. Man.
He's
People gloss over how good he was. How good he's still good as a good player. Because when
Is
you
it-
have that technique, you can never lose it.
It's true.
Nah, in a couple of
He
America,
just had that
everyone-
curve to
yeah.
the ball as well.
It's that uniqueness, the way he crosses as well, man.
He's one of the best one-footed players.
Exactly, he's very left-footed, but with that left foot,
It
Jesus.
reminds me of Robin, just left-footed.
Yeah, Iron Robert.
There's something about
Cut
his
in, you
left-footed
can't
hand.
stop it, bang.
That brother was.
lit.
You just knew whenever he cut onto his left foot, you
That's
just
right.
knew he was
Robin
bending
and
that right
Ribery.
into the top
Yeah,
corner.
Ribery, oh my
There was this one where, like, I think at the time I was still sort of like a Barca fan,
Mm-hmm.
and they smoked Barcelona. It was like 7-1 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Robin cut onto his left foot, and I just knew he was gonna score.
Adil, I was going to ask you, when do you think it's going to be 30 years again till you win your next Premier League?
Yes, I would love it.
You would love that.
Another 30 years.
I think if
What-
we're
what-
talking
what year would that be?
realistically, I think it'll be
2050,
another 30 years. If our owners don't spend,
He's mocking it, man.
if our owners don't spend, I think we could go some
2050,
you
Salah
got-
will have grey hair
You
and
got 1 in 30. You
I'll
got
be
1 in
old,
30. We got what?
I'll be old.
6 in 5 or something.
You did go
6 in
some
6.
time without the European Cup though.
No,
That's
that
the
was
truth.
forever.
Nah,
Forever. We didn't
I
win
think
it
for
before.
us it's now 20 years without a prem for us, innit? I
Yeah,
feel like we're gonna
yeah,
join.
16, no?
No, this season will be 20, yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
10 more years and you've caught up to us.
Yeah, I mean that's a.
You gotta win
You
it.
lot close though.
You
lot
lot,
close.
you lot are 10, 11 years
Yeah,
now.
10, 11.
No,
yeah.
10, it's 10.
These lot haven't finished ahead of
Yeah.
us.
You're coming into
That's
the
better than
11th
years.
season since you won it, but it's been 10. Don't worry, bro.
we're coming back. We're coming back.
No,
We're
no,
coming
it's
back.
not-
It'll creep up to you before
No,
you
but
can say.
do you
How
know-
many times
We're
have you
coming
said
back.
that? How many
Trust
times
me,
have
it'll
you
creep
said
up to you before you can say Champione. I promise you.
Do you know it's nice that everyone has a trophy at least, innit?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
one particular club
I don't
that
think-
doesn't have a trophy in
top
the
six.
last 20. That doesn't have a trophy.
I think it's been what 14 years.
Who's
since
Spurs?
they won it?
2008.
Yeah, Spurs.
Even West,
2008,
even West Ham have
2008.
won trophy.
Do you know-
Exactly. West Ham. Exactly.
Can I ask you, who's a bigger club? Is it Spurs or West Ham? I
West
just wanna.
Ham.
West
I think
Ham.
West
I
Ham.
think Spurs.
But that-
Spurs.
West
Spurs.
Ham-
I'd probably
I'll
say
be real, yeah. I'll be
Spurs.
real, yeah. It's still
If we're
Spurs.
realistically talking, I'd say
It's
Spurs.
Spurs,
But
but
I'd
yeah,
say right
it's-
now West Ham have a better fan
But
base.
Spurs haven't won a European Cup. That's the only
In
thing.
terms of
Yeah,
Europe,
they
though,
haven't.
they're not
They
trying to West Ham.
No. I feel like West Ham.
Spurs company is still
Yeah.
dusty to this day, but sorry.
I feel like West Ham. I feel like West Ham is bigger than Spurs right now. No, I'm
Not
just
in
saying right now,
Forest and
not
Aston
as in
Villa
like
contracted him as well.
thingy, but I
No,
feel
it's
I
like
even seen on TikTok that little kid that was crying when they won, and then he was crying and said,
Yeah.
finally we're better than Tottenham.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
That was too funny. That kid was funny. That kid-
Nah.
airport that way, but
Oh, yeah.
But how long do you think till Spurs wins another trophy? How long?
I'll give it another 5.
the
Another
way they're
what,
set up right now,
Another
they're
20.
horrible.
I'll say
I
20.
Bro, they can't win with Harry Kane, so what makes you think they're
Do you
going
know
to
what
win?
is Harry Kane is? I feel like with Harry Kane and Son, without them two players,
That's shit.
what do you have?
Bro,
You
they
have-
got flipping
I think
Højbjerg,
Levy-
fam.
Levy's just got to be the most stubborn
Yes,
owner.
shit, man.
I mean, I say that us Liverpool fans have got it hard, and you say that the Glazers, because of the Glazers,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have it hard, but Tottenham
They have it
they've
Oh,
hard.
got
they
it
have it
tough.
hard, yeah.
They've got it rough.
They got it
This man is a
They've
definition
got
of
it.
stingy, bro.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to say, okay, we sell Kane for I'm talking like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
where he's a bit younger.
Yeah.
He still has a bit more left in him. I mean, even right now, he has way more left in him.
Oh,
but
yeah,
still,
why not?
Yeah.
he would have been more in the market. You could have easily sold him for like £200 million, 150 million to like a team like PSG before Mbappe had come.
Man City came in for him,
to rise to the
but
top.
they fucked up.
Yeah, but even did you?
Yeah,
Man City-
you-
did Man
yeah,
City
Sid-
come in from at some point?
Who?
Yeah, man.
Kane.
City.
Yeah, they were.
United,
Before
didn't they?
Haaland,
Sold him to
yeah.
City,
They
City
tried
would
to
have
sell
given
us,
him loads.
but they tried to give up. No, they tried to put 100. We tried to get him for 100, and then they upped it to 150. We were
And then like, nah,
No,
yeah,
they were
that's
never
right.
gonna. You were never gonna get
So
him.
yeah, so you lot could have sold him, and well, I say you lot, no one here is a Spurs fan.
No,
they could have sold him, right? They could have sold him, and they could have invested that money into a proper team, a proper squad or title challenging team. They didn't do it. Even with Son, I think Son, he's such a good player, man. I think
Recently, he
Son
hasn't
is so
played well,
good.
though.
He hasn't played well.
For me, he
recently.
plays in patches,
No, he
bro.
hasn't.
I'll be
But
real,
I think
bro.
we're talking about just
It's like Rashford as
yeah.
well.
I think we're talking about overall performance and attitude wise. I think he's a very good player.
No, he's
very
a player
good
that
person.
I think you want to have in your team. Do you know it hurts to say that I would take him from Spurs to Arsenal.
Over Martinelli.
No,
No, but the thing is,
no, not over
I
Martin.
think-
Kane
your
was
point-
an
yeah.
Arsenal fan though. Like he was on the Arsenal system. They let him
But
go.
what you're trying to say is that if the one Tottenham player you take is Son,
They'll
Yeah.
never sell. They'll never sell
they'll
anyone
never
to
sell
you.
anyone.
They will never sell. But if I
I
had
felt
to
like
take
I'll
one
take-
player, like honestly,
I'll
like
take
if you,
Son.
I
if
think there's one player from that team recently in recent years that I would have loved to take. It is Son, but Ndombele. I think that brother was an
I
absolute
don't know
baller.
about that.
Yeah,
His
man.
his fitness levels were
Yeah,
horrible.
don't get it twisted. On the
They
ball,
were
he's
terrible,
mad.
but you
bro.
can fix
what about
Even
you?
at nothing, you
Fitness-
can't play a
fitness-
full game. You can't
fitness-
I'll
over
take
a
Kane,
year
bro.
or
We
two.
need
I'll
a striker,
take
fam.
Kane.
We're dying for a striker.
Over a year or two, you could fix fitness.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'll take Kane. He will actually fit on that system as well.
This
I think
is what I'm
Ndombele
saying.
was a
I
baller.
like
I
Kane.
think I
I
would
just
love
feel
that
like
guy.
I feel like he just doesn't come through in the finals for me.
Yeah.
It's just
Who's
from
Son?
no
No,
Kane.
Kane.
Okay.
But if you mix Arsenal, what
Yeah.
they do at the end of the season with Kane,
He
that would just
doesn't.
be
He
like.
doesn't turn up.
That's
He doesn't
Titanic,
turn
bro.
up. I'm not saying he's a bad. I feel like he's one of the best strikers in the world. He's up there with
because
Lewandowski
he's
and
playing
People,
for
people like
Tottenham, what
Aguero,
Yeah,
Salah, all
he's
these
up
men
there.
turn up against the big six and big teams.
teams.
They
Yeah,
always turn. You have to turn up.
I feel like he doesn't. That's why I would not take Harry Kane. That's the only reason why I would not
I
take
think for
him.
years they were trying to build a team around him, but they haven't done it. They could have easily built a team around him that challenged for the title. They did in that 16-17 season where they bottled it against Chelsea.
No, that was 15-16. 16-17.
Oh yeah, 15-16.
How do you think?
No, 16-17 as well. So them and Chelsea were going for it.
Oh yeah.
And I think they bottled it against.
16-17.
Yeah.
That's when Chelsea won it,
those
right?
2 seasons where
I heard
the
the
season where Chelsea won it, the season where Leicester won it. I think they both Tottenham were going for the league both those years, weren't they? But then obviously Chelsea ran away with it.
No, Chelsea ran away.
I think what made Chelsea win the league that season was that 3-0 defeat to Arsenal. I think because Conte changed the system, innit? He went to 3 at the back at half time, and then he clocked, oh, this might actually work. And it did.
And then he had the win backs as well, with Moses and he was our fullback, Alonso, innit?
Marcus Alonso.
Yeah.
He was cold that season. Alonso.
And there's when you lot bought Kante as well that season when
30 million.
30 million.
In today's market,
but
double
bro,
that price.
Arsene Wenger that
Triple
time
even.
he made the biggest mistake, bro.
What did you feel?
Because I remember he had the chance to sign him. A man said he went for Granit Xhaka.
Well, a chance to sign who? Kante?
Yeah, Kante should have been an Arsenal player. I can't lie, but I guess it is.
I remember we were offered Vertonghen, and Rodgers was like, "Nah, get me Lovren. I want Lovren from Southampton."
What do you think of? Sorry, let me ask you. Sorry, I asked about Liverpool. I asked about United, and say, let me ask about you lot about Arsenal. How do you think Arsenal are going with the transfer windows?
Obviously, it's so far so good. Like you said,
Yeah.
just need a striker.
Apart from Havertz.
Yeah, apart from
the
Havertz,
rest is calm,
the rest is calm. Fam.
What strikers are on the market?
We need a proper number.
Ozzy, man.
Yeah,
He's expensive. Man.
Yeah, he's expensive.
He's like
150
They've already spent a
million.
lot in
Yeah,
it.
because he signed a new deal.
Yeah, we need a striker that we're calm now. This is you get a
Kane
striker,
is
then
perfect.
we're
We'll
blessed.
never do that.
We spent 208 million on this transfer.
Timber as well, you forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Timbers. That's
He's cold. Timber's cold.
Can play right back and centre back.
Yeah, he's good.
Press resistant.
He's
Like,
quick as well.
Yeah.
He's
I
quick.
watched them. Like I watched him preseason.
Do you think he's gonna take over Gabriel in centre
Maybe.
back?
Maybe
good competition.
Maybe he is good
Gabriel
competition.
shit.
For right back as well,
I think-
Ben White.
Yeah,
I think
Ben
they'll
White.
keep Gabriel, they'll keep Saliba,
Yeah,
but then he'll just
sorry.
play that inverted
No,
right back role,
no.
wouldn't
Are
he?
you taking
Timber.
him over Saliba? No, I'll never.
No,
take
no,
him.
no.
I know. No, he's
Oh,
saying.
White.
You mean
He could compete
yeah.
for that,
I know
yeah.
what he's saying.
I think over Ben White's role, because the thing is, I think Ben
Benny
White.
Blanco, you know,
I think him taking over Ben White's role is a bit tough as well, because last season I think Ben White was underrated.
Yeah.
The way he was able
Yeah.
to just sit back and defend in
Yeah,
that right,
Right, but
inverted right
That's
back.
the whole
or whatever
point.
the way
That's
they
the whole
play.
point. Though
Yeah.
you need to have a team where you can interchange play. You're like when you as soon as you do Saliba, it's like what's happening?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Now you got a player to
That's
put in
true.
there.
You
That's
gotta
what
have
I'm
a team.
saying.
That
that
is
can
why I'm
rotate,
screaming for Amber back, bro. Because I want that. I want that.
Yeah,
You get me?
difference is, we don't know our second. Like we don't have.
But
like,
now you
what's-
got
Well, I'll
squad
have
there.
him over Gabriel.
Now you got squad there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Just need a striker.
Like you got a second team. I want we need
Yeah.
a second team as well. Fam.
So as soon as players get injured, another
A
guy can
second
come in.
team.
Yeah.
Wait, Jesus
can't
and
comment
Havertz
on
play a
that,
similar
man.
role,
Man
right?
said
Havertz
Mohamed
They don't.
Havertz is
Delaney,
gonna play midfield.
Holding.
Oh, Jesus, what he drifts out wide a bit.
So,
Yeah.
okay, is that what you lot saying about like the centre?
A second team, I don't know. But I will have Timber over Gabriel anytime. After what he done on the Man United game any day.
No,
Would you
I
still keep Kivio, whatever that guy's name is?
Oh yeah, he's decent.
Would you
yeah.
still
Yeah.
keep him?
Like, Kivio,
I'll
yeah.
still keep
Kivio.
Oh,
him.
Kivio.
Okay, yeah.
Bro,
You got squad there.
Gabriel,
fam.
yeah,
I'll
he's
still
good,
hold him,
yeah.
Holding, I'll still hold him.
I think he's a good centre back.
He's a good centre back, but he just has this weird
Oh, Kivio.
moment.
Kivio,
Gabriel,
I don't know how you pronounce it.
I remember last year against when we played Fulham at home.
Yeah.
Bro, all you had to do was kick the ball out. He just holds the ball for too long and then he gets punished for it. Against Man United when we were playing the pre-season. Bro, he could have hit that with your chest. Man was doing Pele on the air and he got punished.
That's the thing with Gabriel. When he's good, he's really good.
Yeah.
He has that
Yeah.
thing in him where you can just switch and
Do you know?
No,
crazy
facts,
things.
man, facts.
Do you notice
He reminds me of Bailly a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bailly was reckless. I
more
can't lie.
consistent than Bailly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
But
man's
I'm talking
doing-
about like in terms of demeanour about the players. It's
Doing
similar.
bicycles in his own box and that. He was nuts.
You know what's Bailly was hilarious, but he'd get away with it.
He was nuts.
He'd sometimes get away with it.
No,
The
do
amount
you
of
know
red
he
cards he
does?
could have gotten.
No, he turns up only
He's
when it comes to
hilarious,
Fulham.
man.
I don't know if when it comes to like versus Fulham in a match.
Yeah,
Gabriel just
he's
can't.
different. Man.
He's different. He just turns up.
No, he's good. He's not bad.
Against Fulham.
Against Fulham.
No, but I'm
okay.
saying in general, he's not bad, but
Yeah.
it's just like he just does this little fuckery that's not needed.
Yeah, he does do fucking
No, but that's why,
exactly.
like, when we get a new centre back, like, for example, the one we just signed, I hope it gives him a little bit of competition.
Yeah.
Like,
As soon as he drops off, he
Even
puts
when
someone
we
else in.
played against Barcelona,
Yeah.
he makes Saliba look like his shit. The way he plays, the way he gets punished is just unreal. Like it's just like he just makes the little mistakes. He's good one day, he's shit one day.
He does
One
score
day
a
he's
lot of goals.
amazing.
He does score a lot of headers.
Yeah, yeah.
He scores a lot of
Yeah.
headers.
yeah, that's what I said. Fulham was one of the things that he done. I think his debut, he scored against Fulham in the
Yeah,
corner.
he did. He did.
And the way he headed is cold, isn't it?
Yeah,
But the thing is, your team's so young. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna develop.
Everyone's
just
gonna
keep it. You have
They
to
got
just
time.
make sure no one picks off your players. Like Real Madrid don't come in,
Yeah.
or Barcelona don't come in
Yeah.
and take off your players.
Do you know what
It's
it's
the annoying thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah, the perfect example is that I think Chelsea. Let's discuss about Chelsea.
Yeah.
Their transfer windows, isn't it? And the amount of money.
Bro, that's fraud. I don't care what you say. That is fraud. Bro.
I thought Chelsea,
They like
Chelsea
fraud.
got banned, right?
No, yeah, but
Nah, I can't lie. Chelsea's moving like Saudi Arabia. Where the hell are they getting all this money from?
no, the new owner. Cause the
Oh,
new
yeah,
owner
yeah.
play for. Cause the new owner is the
He's
owner
that
of the LA, the baseball team.
Right.
LA Rams, isn't
Right.
it? Yeah.
No, the baseball team. LA Rams is the.
No, that's what's
Cronky, that's
yeah,
Cronky. Cronky's the LA Rams and the Denver Nuggets, innit?
Yeah.
The basketball, innit?
Yeah.
That's why he was so gassed when the
Yeah,
Denver
they keep
Nuggets.
winning. They all
Yeah.
keep winning. Both of the teams won
Well, yeah.
recently.
He's the what's it? LA Dodgers or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
Dodgers,
baseball.
yeah.
That's the baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
baseball.
They're the baseball team, so he owns that, innit? The Chelsea owner, innit? I think he bought how much? How much money did he bring? 'Cause this guy bought a lot of players, innit?
I think it's like 700 million.
I think
600, 700.
no, I think he should have.
They bought that Jackson guy as well. He looks quite good. I can't lie.
That striker.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've never seen a team spend that much money and get worse. Like they spend that much money and get 10.
This is what they spend. Like this is what they spend. Like
They got no Champions League next year, so like they'll probably be
they got
able
no,
to focus
no
more.
Champions
on
League,
it.
no Europa League, no.
No,
I
Conference
don't
League,
think
nothing.
Chelsea will
Is it
be on
Chelsea?
the top
Yeah,
four. They're not going to be on the top four. That's
Yeah.
just my prediction.
I think they'll come top 6.
the competition is mad. So
Yeah.
to get
I
in
think
there is crazy.
Newcastle.
yeah, 301 euros.
I'm saying they come
In this
6 or
transfer
7.
window.
Just for this
Yes,
one.
yes, yeah, I can see
Oh,
that.
they got what's his name?
Yeah.
Cuckoo as well. They signed
They
him.
spent how much?
They signed so
Cuckoo,
300.
that guy.
Just this transfer. They,
So that means
so
altogether
that's
he's nearly got a
excluding
billion.
the 500
Yeah.
billion,
So he's
600.
come in 1 year, nearly done a billion.
And they didn't get FFP yet.
On the euros, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
euros.
It's
How-
because they had a loophole last season, isn't it?
Yeah, they kept
They-
signing players
okay.
a long
Yeah,
They
time.
sold
they gave him
Pulisic
long
as well to
contracts, like-
AC Milan, did they?
Right,
Yeah,
said
eight and a half
8
year
years
deals.
contract
Yeah, 8.5
and
year deals.
Yeah, 8 years, so they can spread it over years and it's way cheaper. But I think they
They
put in a
add
new
new
rule.
rule.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do that
No,
anymore.
what I don't understand is that they managed to offer Nkunku an 8.5 year deal, but that was this year.
Yeah.
That was after last season. So how are they still able to do that?
No, because they signed him ages ago.
Ages
They
ago.
signed
Oh
him-
yeah, they signed him in January,
Yeah,
innit? Yeah.
But they
They'd
didn't told
already
him to
confirmed
wait
that.
until the end of
Yeah,
the
they
season.
signed him just after
They did
January.
that with a lot of players.
Yeah.
They've done that in the past with Ziyech. They did that with Ziyech as well when he came from Ajax. They signed him early and waited.
I'll
for
be
him to come.
surprised if
No,
he
they did it
doesn't
with
struggle.
Dele Alli. They signed
Ziyech's
Dele
gone.
Alli in January, but they sent him onto like MK Dons, innit? Until the
Yeah.
end of the season so that he can come to Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
Is Ziyech gone?
Yeah.
Was he still
He's
there?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's
He's
gone.
gone. He's gone. That's
But
He
fine.
went to one of the Al clubs,
Yeah.
Saudi
But what do you
Arabia.
think about Champions League though? Who do you think is going to be the strongest teams in the Champions League?
I think Real Madrid.
Obviously, it's going to be
It's
Real
going to
Madrid.
be a fight off between City and Real Madrid.
Yeah, City,
think
Real
about-
Madrid.
Yeah.
You think Barcelona? Look, Barcelona.
Barcelona
Nah,
will definitely
man.
make far, but I
They've
don't
got
think
Gundogan now.
They're
They've got Gundogan and
they've got a
Lewandowski.
really good experience.
I'll say
team.
PSG
And
again.
Gundogan's coming
gonna
into
put
a team
PSG
he's
in
never
there.
played.
I'll be real, yeah.
Same
For
style
me-
of
Take
play.
some time.
Same style of play.
For me,
I think he'll be brilliant, but I still think it'll be between City and Madrid.
Yeah, in the end, yeah.
But
either
Liverpool-
Bayern, City, or Madrid. If Bayern sign Kane, then for me they're up there.
But the thing
Obviously,
is,
I don't think your players will have the same desire they had for it last
I
season
don't
because
know.
they've already won it.
I think with that,
They'll
with
have
that-
desire.
You could say the same thing with the league though. We always win the league. We always come back.
You
to it.
could.
Alright, cheers.
So
cheers.
it's 3 in a row. five in 6 years.
It could be with, it could be the case, but I think
Me that,
Right, Premier League winners.
Why are you
me that dirt.
None of you man have that on your kit. None of you man have that on your kit. It's horrendous.
But one
man.
thing,
I've
one
got
thing I
team
could definitely
support.
say is that there's a lot of pressure that's been taken off the City players' shoulders now that you've won
Yeah,
it.
we've been waiting
Yeah.
for
Same
like
way,
years.
yeah.
You know how many years
That's what I
we've
said about
followed?
Liverpool. Liverpool are like that. That's what I'm saying. The pressure when as soon as they win the Premier and the Champions League
Yeah.
and the FA Cup and the Carabao
we
Cup.
can compete for it more.
They won everything.
They like the pressure off them.
Nah,
Like, they
but
prove everything now.
I'm
What?
glad Liverpool won the Champions League. I don't want Tottenham to win it. I can't.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
No one wanted
That
to.
was
Imagine they won it
Yeah.
before us. That would
That would
have
have been.
Imagine you see Harry Kane just lifting it, bro.
I think it was the same case
Yeah.
with us last
That
year. No
season,
one wanted us to
Liverpool-
win it. They wanted.
But they beat
Madrid.
an Ajax that was doing bits though.
Yeah.
No, it's a comeback. Lucas
Moura,
Moura,
yeah.
hat trick.
Tomorrow.
It's just cold.
Last minute,
In
I
the
saw all
second
the
leg.
Ajax players on the floor. Like, they were like, what just happened?
And that was like, oh, and you know the place that had there, Van de Beek and them lot.
Yeah.
De Jong back then as well.
And
They
then
lit.
I've got a question for you, man. Do you think that little run Tottenham had was a fluke, or do you
Nah,
think?
that team was quality.
Do
That
you
team
think it
was
was good?
quality. That team
I
was.
think semi-final was a
that team
lot.
was mad. Yeah, the
Yeah,
semi-final. was
semi,
like-
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what he did in the
Definitely
final?
lot semi-final.
The guy
But
scored
the run before that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
But
Up
the
until
guy
that
scored
point.
a hat trick and he put him on the bench in the final. He
Who?
played Kane, he was injured. Lucas Moura.
Yeah,
He
he
put him
was,
on the bench in the final.
he never liked starting him.
Yeah, that was. I think
No,
that was
but
his worst move.
he's the reason why you're in the
Yeah.
final,
Yeah.
bro.
Exactly.
So you should
Literally.
start him.
Kane wasn't even fit and they played him. So
No, he's an idiot for that.
that makes no sense.
Thank
But-
God.
Oh, he just come back from injury. innit?
Yeah.
They tried forcing him
They
back.
forced him on.
I remember they forced him back to
Yeah.
win the Golden Boot or
Lucas Moura will
something.
never
And
forgive
he
him.
tried. Was that the season where
Yeah.
he tried claiming someone's goal? Whose goal was it? Was it an offside or was it an own goal? He tried claiming it just for the Golden Boot. Harry Kane, and then Salah ended up winning it.
That's the only trophy he won.
He's got golden boots, he's got assists, everything, but no actual team trophies. That's
Imagine
the
that.
problem.
He's
No,
got the Audi
individual,
Cup.
I think.
Wait. Let's not disrespect Tottenham. He's got the Audi Cup.
No.
He's got the Audi Cup.
Word to Claude. Word to Claude. It's time to go, bro.
No, do you know if we're talking about like individual achievements, yeah, we're talking. Yes, he has done everything that he could
So
done
we-
in individual, right? But if we're talking like team success, no. He's been
I'm not even
disappointed.
being biased here, but just think about it logically. Man United is the best team for him to go at the moment, bro.
100.
You're still in the Premier League. You can still break the Alan Shearer's record. You're playing for one of the best sides in England. You got
Yeah.
Champions League football,
That's the thing, I can't lie. If they get Kane,
and we need a striker.
I'll be
If
more
you-
scared of them than
If you
Arsenal.
man were
Yeah.
Kane,
That's
right?
because they'll be strong.
If you
With
man-
Kane, that starting, maybe your squad depth is better than theirs, but the starting 11 they will have. It's
No, it's
crazy.
Imagine Kane around the likes of Bruno, Casemiro, Rashford.
Varane, Martinez, that's crazy.
Like
oh no,
compared to like Højbjerg, obviously they got Bentancur as well. He's decent.
he's injured.
I think he should stay in the Premier
Kulusevski
League
as well
to
is
try
decent.
and beat Alan Shearer's
Your
record.
record, but
He's almost there. You might as well. What? He's like 60 goals out.
Exactly. Instead of going
Couple
to
of seasons
Bayern.
out.
Yeah, but Bayern is guaranteed
But I
trophies.
don't want him to.
True.
But I don't want him to stay at Spurs. I don't want him to
Yeah.
waste his career.
Can you imagine? Yeah, he goes to Bayern and that's the first season Bayern don't win the league.
That would be.
That
Oh.
Then there's
Oh.
something wrong with him.
Yeah,
would be
that's literally
hilarious.
him then. He's literally cursed.
That would be. That's such a Kane
That's
thing to do,
impossible.
though.
That's
Nah,
impossible.
definitely Kane.
It's a
There's
Kane
no
thing
way.
to do. It's the Tottenham
Yeah.
curse, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Pochettino, he
It's the
might pass
history of
that
the
to
Tottenham.
Chelsea.
It's the history of the
Yeah,
Tottenham.
the history of the Tottenham.
Mr. Levi, man.
No, a team that I'm excited to see on the Champions League is actually Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you?
Because
I
imagine that
agree.
midfield now. They got Tonali,
Yeah.
Joe Linton,
Guimaraes.
and Bruno Guimaraes.
So, what do you think about the Newcastle like season? How do you think they're gonna go?
It'll be interesting.
I think that they still like maybe a few signings they need to make themselves, but
I don't
that
think
this
they'll make
squad-
top 4, but top 6, I
Yeah.
think they'll be in there.
I don't
be
think
hard.
they'll make top.
It'll be
It'll
hard
be
to
hard
match
for them
last
to
season.
get top. Yeah,
To match
I'd
last
agree.
season, they were like surprised everyone because they went from bottom of the league to top.
They got Isaac as well. He's
Yeah, Isaac is.
It's the
Oh,
consistency
quality,
and
man.
maturity they
How
showed towards
Arsenal
the end of the
never signed
season,
him.
right?
In it.
And how they got top 4.
No, I think he's gonna go to a bigger club than Newcastle soon, man. He might leave in the next couple of years.
But when I look at Isaac, I just see like a player that's like he's similar to Haaland because they're both tall, but he's so much better on the ball. This guy's he doesn't play like a tall player.
No,
He's so
just
silky.
skills
I think it was
and
against
everything.
Everton, innit?
yeah,
He did that
it
mad
was-
dribble and
yeah.
then
It was
cut
against
it back.
Everton.
That was just so sick.
It was so the way he used
That's
his body
someone that
face
Arsenal
to
should
go
have-
one way
Arsenal
and
should
went the
have
other
got someone
way.
like Isaac.
Yeah.
He would
No,
be
but
crazy.
like
awkward
on
though,
the
man.
transfer
And
season,
he's
I'm
awkward as
surprised
well,
we
isn't
didn't
he?
sign him.
Imagine Isaac at Arsenal.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
what you should
crazy.
get. That's what you should get, bro.
I don't know why we never signed him.
Yeah, I think you were linked to him before.
You could have played him on the
Yeah,
wing
you're
and up front as well. You
Because
played
he's
him as a
completely different to
30
Jesus as well, so he gives you another option.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
what a
Gabriel
player,
Jesus,
man.
even with me,
Yeah.
when we had Gabriel Jesus, he's an amazing player, quality player, but he's not a goal, he's not out and out striker.
That's
He's
what
not
I'm
gonna,
saying,
he's never
that's
gonna
what I'm
get
saying.
30
He's
years in the
not-
Premier
He's
League.
never hit
30
20 goals in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
season
Never
in the
gonna
league.
hit 30 goals.
Well, he's found his
But
position
when we
now, innit?
played him on the right wing, he was quality for Man City. I remember he was amazing, but He's just not that number
Yeah,
9.
no,
He's not number
Yeah.
9.
He's not.
That's
For me, I think he should be a backup for Saka, and we need to get a striker.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Yeah.
I feel like he could play as a false 9.
Yeah.
That's
if you
like
do the Firmino role,
That's him now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
That's
not. He's
him.
not an out
No, he's
striker.
not. He really
Nah,
isn't.
you still could, that's what I'm saying. All your whole team's young. They can all develop.
they
You
can
never
all
know.
develop.
Yeah.
It's like
You never
Nketiah
know.
is our proper
He's not striker,
could-
bro.
He's a proper striker
Nketiah's
technically.
not
You need to
striker.
sell him.
No, but for Arsenal,
Bro,
yeah,
bro.
he's our proper striker
Bro,
technically.
Nah,
So that's the sad thing.
bro. I'm not saying Nketiah's not striker. I don't care.
No,
bro.
but
Man's not a striker.
no, but
He's a
tech-
poacher.
he's not.
Exactly. He's a
he's-
poacher, bro.
Bro, he's not
striker.
like a top 2
Bro.
striker, but it's
Yeah.
like
You're saying that's the
I'm
problem,
not hearing that,
isn't
bro.
it? You're saying that's the problem. Why is he?
Man's not
Why
a
is he?
striker, bro.
Why is he a striker?
Since he always comes out at the end of the
He's not a
season,
striker,
maybe
bro.
we should
Why is he not a
put
striker
him on the
then?
bench.
Because he poaches the ball.
He punches the
doesn't-
ball,
Every time I see him, like he's one of the best
He's a
pressing
goal.
strikers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say.
Yeah, but you could be a striker and you could be a
Bro.
poacher as well.
Yeah, but, yeah, obviously, yeah.
I
But
don't
he's saying
care.
like he's
He
not like
gets
he
the
doesn't
ball
strike the
hand
ball,
up,
doesn't
man.
score lots of goals. Obviously,
No,
his
every
position's a
game I
striker.
think this
Yeah.
guy, yeah, he's a goal handler, bro.
No, but the problem is, yeah, everybody says he comes good at the end of the season. I think we should just send him home when the end of the season. Bring him back.
Send him home.
Yeah, but I think,
Just to watch the game on TV.
Yeah, man.
I think if you need it,
Ghana is waiting
the
and
type of player to bring
Yeah,
on.
man.
towards
Bro,
the
I
last
swear
15
to
minutes
God,
of a
if
game.
Eddie Nketiah plays in goal,
I feel like
he's always
I said, if
Bro,
Eddie Nketiah plays in
imagine.
goal.
Imagine
This
him
isn't
play-
shapeshifters.
I'd rather him be on the goal than a
That's a
fucking
shapeshifters,
striker.
bro.
Bro.
And he's still shit
Bro.
either way.
No, fam, I like Nketiah, but bro, the amount of chances he's cost Arsenal last season alone, bro.
I'll be real, yeah.
Himself, bro.
In the second game
Bro,
against
don't
Man United, he
disrespect
did
him
bits.
like
He
that.
did bits
I have a question for you.
against Man United.
Yeah.
Do you think, Nathan Niles, do you think he deserves a contract? New contract renewal?
no.
What
I don't
about
think so.
I'm not saying that. I feel like
I think he deserves it, man.
no.
Based on his performance last season,
For
coming on
Southampton,
as a sub, he's been your super sub.
what
hasn't he?
about Reece
Maitland
Nelson?
Niles.
Oh no,
Nelson as
I'm
well.
talking about Reece Nelson. not
Oh.
Maitland
Oh,
Niles.
you're saying
Oh, I've got them two
Yeah.
mixed up. Yeah.
He's saying Maitland Niles.
Yeah.
Maitland Niles, the one at Southampton, right? The-
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
He
not
left
talking about
out
him.
left
I'm talking
out.
about
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
yes,
Reece
he
Nelson
does.
deserves
I've
a
got them two
contract.
mixed up.
He does.
He does.
Maitland Niles
You remember that
deserve
winning
a
goal he
contract.
Yeah, against Bournemouth,
The
innit?
last
One against
minute, bro.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screamer, bro.
Yeah.
Maitland Niles.
Yeah, he-
Wait, what you said
I was
about?
about to say, I thought I was talking about the right person. there.
Nah, that's what you should know. That's what you
Yeah.
should
No,
know.
no. Maitland Niles does deserve a contract. And Luton Town or like Southampton.
Yeah,
You violate.
He deserves a contract there.
Man's a garage FC
Imagine
now.
Arteta did that. He's like, you got a new contract over there.
He's at Luton Town.
Yeah, take
Go
him
down,
through,
bro.
He's like lowered the font so you
Fleetwood,
can't
take
see
him
the writing
Fleetwood, bro.
properly.
Exactly.
Take him Fleetwood,
No,
calm,
but
bro.
yeah, but what you said about Reece Nelson,
Yeah,
he
does.
deserves
He
a
does,
contract.
he
He's
does.
I'd probably say he's got it now, hasn't he?
He's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
game time.
majority of the
You're gonna have
season
more-
he saved
you-
us.
On God.
You're gonna have more games now, so he can
Bournemouth,
play.
it was him.
But
Fucking
right now,
God.
at best, I think he's a rotation player.
Yeah,
I don't think
still,
he's a
yeah.
star.
But would
He's
he
not a
be
star.
good this year though?
Reece
Reece
Nelson.
Nelson, yeah.
What's
He
the
will,
Trossard
he
as well?
will.
He's a quality.
Oh, Trossard is
Trossard.
such a baller.
I
You've
trust
got
him.
squad. That's what I'm saying.
Trossard's
You've got
free
squad
You got
depth now.
Fabio Vieira as well.
Yeah.
Absolute baller.
He's a baller. I think first season
Bro.
he wasn't living
He's a
up.
rotation player right now.
Rotation
You play
right
him
now,
in the
but
I'm
I
saying
feel like
Arsenal have squad depth now.
They do.
They have
They
squad
have
depth.
more
You know,
squad
I
depth.
feel like
At
last season
last
is like
we do.
Yeah,
At last.
finally.
Compared to last season.
I think in terms of Liverpool, in terms of our signings so far, Szoboszlai and McAllister.
Szoboszlai,
Oh
yeah.
my!
I can't wait to watch him play.
Do you know?
I think Szoboszlai will link up with Nunez this season quite well. Hopefully, I'm praying that Nunez. has
I
a
think
good
Nunez
season.
will come
Do you
good
think-
this season.
I
I've got a
hope
feeling
so.
he'll
I
come
hope
good
so.
this
There's
season.
part of me that feels like he'll still drop off a bit, but I think him and Szoboszlai will have such a good link up. The way Szoboszlai can create and just slip that through ball into Nunez, and Nunez using his pace.
He just needs to
his
pattern his
power.
finishing.
Yeah.
His movement's
I
sick,
think
I'll be
they'll
real.
have a similar link up
Yeah.
to Gerrard and Torres.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a similar type of
Do you
movement
think?
there.
Do you think what he did in his previous club? I think Nkuku in it as well. Do you
And
think-
Kuku, yeah.
Yeah, I got Nkuku. I'll put it in that for the reason.
Yeah.
But do you think how they linked up, like,
I think he'll link up pretty well. But
being
and
the way-
Kunku played striker in it last
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
I think the way Szoboszlai can create in midfield,
Yeah.
the way he can dribble past a few
Yeah,
players,
yeah.
it sort of like reminds me of a Coutinho-esque,
yeah, that's
like a
what,
taller version of
Yeah,
Coutinho. The
yeah.
way, his ball retention is crazy.
that's what I
Yeah.
was like, maybe the
Yeah,
comparison.
the way he can beat a few players and slot that one ball into Nunez. I think Nunez's only problem is just sorting out his decision making and his finishing.
Yeah, literally.
His runs in
He's so
behind
quick,
are
isn't he?
dangerous.
Yeah,
He's so quick.
I feel,
I think
If he just patterns the
he
finishing,
beat-
the
I
amount of
think
goals
he
he'll
beat
score.
Kyle Walker by like 0.11 or something like that. that. in terms of
Remember the
kilometers.
goal he scored in the community shield where everyone thought he was going to be better than Haaland?
Yeah.
I remember that. He
I
backed
think
off his top.
Liverpool fans they just
Obviously
said
the
that
troll
as
was
a
there,
troll.
the troll.
I think
The Liverpool
everyone
fans
always knew
online, I
Haaland.
keep hearing your songs. Oh my god, the songs you have for players, you just kill me.
Nah, I like
I
it.
think the
It's
McAllister
funny.
one's hilarious.
Yeah.
We made one for Sabz, like that's when I stopped going on social media. I had to turn my phone off that one.
No, but the most
was so
entertaining
cringe.
fan base is Arsenal.
By
is the
far,
most
by far,
entertaining
by
fan
far.
base.
Nah, I like the one with Mo Salah. Like Mo Salah,
yeah.
Salah.
Running down the way.
No. You know that guy. I honestly almost died of cringe. He made this Darwin Nunez song, didn't he?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
Darwin,
That's what I'm talking
Nunez.
about.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The song sounds so bad, but
do
they're
you, know,
so
you
funny.
see the one where he was like a James Bond type?
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
also like
Sometimes I'm just ashamed to be a Liverpool
And
fan.
that part,
because
that
of
rice
those
song, that rice song.
The
so
man-
Right,
I was about to say the matter what Swat have said so in their team.
No,
people. You know, the funny
yeah,
thing is, yeah, these aren't the type of songs that they'd be singing around the stadium.
they would.
There's no way
Nah,
they'd
no
sing
way.
this.
Well, what about Mo Salah? They when he done like the like I will not die as a like what's that song that the Muslim
Oh.
yeah like I'll be in the mosque.
Oh,
yeah,
he's like, I know what you're talking about.
You know
I
what I'm
have
talking
to,
like that one that was cold.
Wait, I
think,
need to think about this.
do you know what made it so interesting? Is
If
that
he's good enough for me,
he's
he's good enough for you. If he scores another few, then maybe I'll be Muslim too. Masala la 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 la. Masala. Yeah, that was a good one.
Do you
I
know
like
it is?
that.
Do you know it is?
Again, it's not one of those songs that you sing around the club.
Nah, but he made.
not.
Do you know he made like Liverpool as well? Yeah, he made all the Muslim. You know he made like he made like
Yeah, but
all.
he was converting people to Islam, innit?
No, but he made like all the like he made like the hate crime on Muslims. He stopped hating.
Yeah. So he single-handedly lowered the crime percentage in Merseyside,
Side. So like
which is mad.
Obviously,
And he
that
was-
shouldn't be
yeah.
there. That shouldn't be there in the first
Well,
place.
yeah, obviously.
obviously not, but
still,
he
Yeah,
made
he was
crazy.
also in the top 100 most influential players.
yeah.
You know, he was in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for
That,
Egypt,
that's
if you
why
go
I
to-
said when you sing that song, that's a legend. That's like
Yeah,
mad.
So I think what was funny is that when Ramos took him down, someone made a petition to have him like sacked or something,
Yeah.
and over 1 million people signed it, and most of them were obviously from Egypt, right?
Yeah.
And LFC fans.
Yeah.
I think that was hilarious.
Egyptian fans.
I mean, I hated Ramos ever since, but yeah.
Them Egyptian fans love him so
Yeah,
much.
they do.
Like, he's one of the key.
Yeah.
It's like the same way that Ivory Coast fans were towards Drogba and all
Yeah.
them.
Or like Cameroon towards
Them
If he
Eto'o,
goes
yeah.
anywhere else,
Because even I've heard that about English players when they change their nationality and go back to their home country, the way they celebrate compared to here is completely
it's
different.
one of them ones where if you think
Yeah.
of Liverpool, you think of Salah. If you think of Salah, you think of Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
He's like the face of Liverpool. Like it's sort of like when Gerrard was the face of Liverpool.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Salah is the face
When
of
he
Liverpool.
leaves,
now.
What will
so
you do
he's
if
gonna be
he's not there?
So you think Salah is the new face of Liverpool?
Yeah,
now?
he's been the
He
face
is.
of
Yeah,
Liverpool
no,
for
I'm
times.
just no. I'm just the reason why I'm asking that
Overall
because
bet.
people say Gerrard.
I would
is a-
say he is, yeah.
Gerrard is.
No. Wait, I think Gerrard's the ultimate
Obviously,
face of
overall,
Liverpool.
yeah,
No
Gerrard,
one will,
but
Because
no
he's
one will
Scouse.
top that. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Scouse as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think Trent would be as well. Yeah, but it's
Trent's
the same
never
with
leaving.
Trent.
Trent is
Trent,
never
yeah.
leaving.
No,
He's never
he
No,
won't.
I think Trent
He
is
could
not.
leave. I don't
Right.
know.
Trent, Liverpool
No,
team,
in the
yeah.
I
future,
don't.
yeah.
Honestly, right now in this day and age, I don't think we'll see another situation with Gerrard. I think another player gets slapped like a
No,
200k a week contract by Real Madrid, he's leaving. Even
ain't
Trent, I
going
think he
nowhere.
will.
Trent is
Trent's not,
loyal.
nah.
Trent's loyal.
No.
Trent's that hard.
He's
Liverpool.
Scouse.
I
yeah.
hope he's
Yeah,
low.
Liverpool.
I mean, I hope so. But
It's like us
I
with
doubt-
Rashford.
Maybe when
It's
he's
like us
older.
with Rashford.
Maybe when he's older.
Say again?
Like,
It's like us with Rashford.
yeah, Rashford's from the academy.
Do you think
Oh boy,
Rashford's
you
gonna
lot
stay
don't
though?
deserve him,
I
man.
think he'll stay.
Rashford.
Like,
yeah, even James as well.
Like
He was
PSG
linked
were
to
in for him. He
Arsenal.
rejected
James-
PSG as
And
well.
he
Chelsea.
came out. He said he's
Yeah.
a Chelsea fan.
I think Rashford is such an influential player
He is,
on
yeah.
the pitch and off the pitch.
No, he is.
yeah.
Bro,
But the way your fan base gets onto him
I love
sometimes,
Rashford,
sometimes I
Because
feel like-
sometimes,
I've
yeah,
got
sometimes
him inside
for me it's just
my
his all-round performance. He'll back, but
He
like,
was carrying.
when
this-
when he's good, he's really good.
Yeah.
When he's shit, he's really
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
That's what's funny about him.
But some of his
Sort of like me,
performances
innit?
are just
Goals.
at times inconsistent. But obviously, last season he done his thing, 30 goals.
This brother goes.
Yeah.
I can't like. He's one of the best dribblers I've seen. He's really good on the ball. But he does not pass. This guy does not pass.
I've changed that. I've
Yeah,
changed that. Trust me. The next goal, I've
his
changed
pass
it.
is good, but he I can't like. It does work. Lots of the time, it does work. But this guy does not pass. He's like, if you see the sweaty, he's like, no, I'm dribbling through.
Oh.
I don't care. I don't care.
Hey, one of them people.
Yeah,
No,
not
but he's
anymore,
quality
not
though.
anymore,
He is
not
quality
anymore.
on the ball. He's quality on the ball. Yeah.
Nah,
But you know, that's like the same with us with Foden. Foden's an academy player. He probably will never leave City.
Yeah. I think he's from Manchester.
Yeah. Every
He's
club has that
I
one
think
guy.
that should be the case with everyone. man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think he will stay at like City for the rest of his
If he
career?
stays at a high level, he doesn't decline.
Yeah.
100%. But because all of these players, they're all like every club has one academy star. That's like you never want to leave.
Yeah.
You never want them to leave. So yeah. I don't
Now,
think he's
if
going nowhere.
Pep leaves, the next manager that replaces him, that's the key.
That's true. Yeah, that's very.
But who's
That's
gonna
true.
replace?
That
Right.
is true, but I can tell you right now, no one will be as good as Pep.
Yeah, obviously,
No,
there'll be a
no,
decline.
no.
Yeah, It'll be
That
like
man
when
is
Fergie
a
left.
genius.
It'll be the
Yeah.
same.
He
Yeah.
revolutionized
Yeah.
football 2 times in the
Uh-huh.
span of 5 years, and it's crazy.
But what would
It's
you-
like trying to replace Messi, basically.
It is.
He's-
It
He's,
really
he's the
is.
Messi
It
of
really
managers,
you
yeah.
can't
It really
replace him,
is.
so you have to just.
can't.
No, if you tell me that I had Ronaldo and Messi, all the best players right now,
Yeah.
the most expensive in a team, and I had Pep, and you told me which one would I rather lose, the team or Pep? I'd rather lose
Yeah,
the team.
Pep. I'll keep Pep. 100%.
I'd rather
Yeah,
lose
100%.
the Same
Yeah.
with Klopp. I'd rather keep Klopp and sell our whole team.
But when Pep leaves, we just have to get someone that has the same style of play.
Do you know it's? I kind of understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
When you said you would rather lose the team than the manager, because you can. The manager can like.
You could easily build another team.
Team,
around it.
exactly,
You could easily build,
These
but
are- that's like
you're
you lot.
losing someone
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like the brain of football.
Yeah, that's
Right
like you
now.
know when you had to pick between Aubameyang and Arteta, you
Yeah.
stuck with Arteta.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Because even though he's your main player, it doesn't matter.
You lot
the
love it
manager's
the way
al- the
you
manager's
flop
always
now,
right.
innit?
Yeah.
But I love it.
I love it. I love
And
it.
really
But
said it's
no,
nothing
do you know it's-
personal.
No, do you know it's not that before he played against us, he used the, you know, when he did the advert for
that's
BT.
yeah.
I think that was
I
like
think
That
he
was-
should
he
have
should
done
never.
that.
He's an Arsenal
Nothing
legend.
personal,
He should
innit?
have done that.
Yeah.
And he
That's
had
what he
the Arsenal
And he
tattoo
barely
all
played,
over
he
him.
don't-
Him and Nunez,
He's
like,
a
it's
captain.
I'm a blue
He's
now.
a captain, man.
He's a joke, man.
He's
be doing
one weird character I have ever seen in my life.
Nah,
But he was a quality player. Though.
He was on his
Nah.
day. He was a good player.
he was a good player.
Nah.
He was good, but like, okay, go to Chelsea, but there was no
I-
need
I
for him to
think-
do the advert.
Sorry.
Exactly.
I think there's one manager that's so underrated,
Yeah.
and that I would take in a heartbeat
Over
after
Klopp?
Klopp leaves. Is Wenger.
What?
In his prime days.
Not now.
No, obviously he's retired, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in his prime, I would have loved to see that man at Liverpool. I think he's
the
so
football-
underrated. The way he kept you, man, in top 4
Yeah,
for so
yeah,
many years with
yeah.
some dead team is crazy.
And the
No,
football you lot play.
Exactly.
Bro, you had man like
He was
Flamini,
told-
man
No,
like
he released
Giroud.
that- Yeah, he released this type of information in either a book or a documentary. He said
Yeah,
it. He
I
said
saw
I
that.
saw it, yeah.
He said that. What did he say? He was told to release a star player every year by Kroenke.
Okay.
He had to sell a star player, at least a minimum of 1 star player every year. And the fact that he was selling RVP, Fabregas, all these man, Nazari, he was such a baller at that club, and he went to City, and he wanted to keep him as well.
I think
When-
Wenger at that time
So
Wenger should have left. Like he shouldn't have allowed that. He kept allowing people like the
Because I
club.
feel like
No,
Yeah.
but the way the disrespect he got from the fans was
Fan,
a
yeah.
joke, because it's not his fault.
He
There's
should have
only so
left.
much he could do.
Yeah, we didn't know about that at the time.
Well, of
innit?
course you didn't know,
And he
but
got
that's
top
the
4
thing.
20 years in a row.
Yeah.
20
It's
years
crazy.
in a row.
20 years.
20 years, man.
No, but that's loyalty.
At
That's
least
what.
he got a statue now.
No, he got a statue.
He
I-
deserves it.
Well deserved.
He
Yeah,
deserves
well
it.
deserved.
Deserved.
The trophy should have been gold.
Yeah.
Like you know, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know why it's like so. It should have been
Exactly,
gold
it
in my
should have been
opinion
gold.
because
Top 4 gold.
After, yeah.
Top 4 gold.
Wait, what do you think? What do you think is the best Prem team ever? Do you think it's invincible? I think it's the best Prem team ever.
Personally, for me, I think this is. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this. I prefer the way that the '99 team won it.
Yeah.
I think they won it in a better way, but
Than
I think.
us.
Let me get to my point. Let me get to the
with the
point.
league.
But I think the better team is the City team.
What? Wait, how did they win it in a very way?
I think it's the way they built up. I think it's the fact that you lot spent so
won
much.
it.
And
We
you-
won it.
I feel like you won it a lot easier than they did.
No, we didn't.
No,
we,
do you know-
we literally had to come back against Arsenal team. At one point, they had the most points in the league ever. At one point, at the start of the season, we beat Real Madrid. We beat Bayern Munich. Like we had to.
Yeah, but I think
and then we
in
beat,
both
we beat
Arsenal games.
we beat our rivals who
Yeah.
had the treble in the final.
Yeah,
of
but
FA
I think
Cup. And we beat in the FA Cup run. We beat Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, United.
Yeah, but I think all those games that you won,
What
I think
else
you
can
won
you
it
do?
comfortably.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
think yes, you did.
To a certain degree, I agree with him. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Wait. You think the Inter final was comfortable?
Obviously, it wasn't
No,
It
comfortable.
was
Fine,
not comfortable.
no.
They
But
It wasn't
majority of
comfortable,
majority
you
of
won
the
it.
games were
Yeah, it wasn't.
were to a certain
Listen,
extent.
it wasn't comfortable. However, to an extent, I think you had way more quality, and you were always going to win
It
it.
doesn't make any sense. You're worse because your team's better because it's easy. If that's how good we were blitzing teams.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You were comfortable with the wins.
That means that we're better.
Yeah, but you could argue the same thing with the 99 team.
No, but if they struggle, if your team
They
struggling,
struggled, but they
exactly,
won
so if you're
because of
struggling,
sheer.
That makes no sense. Like that's like the 09 Barca team. They blitz teams because of the best team. Like if you're struggling, then
Yeah, but they
you're
also
gonna-
had
you're not
Madrid
gonna do it.
competing against them, so I wouldn't say they were
No.
comfortable. You had Arsenal competing against you, but you were comfortable
No,
against them.
That's good. That's the whole point. That means you're the best
Say
team.
that.
No, I
Blitz
just
I'm
think
leaving this one, like,
I
That
had
makes
to-
no sense.
I think. Listen, I have more respect for the 99 team, but I think this City team is better than that 99 team in terms of quality.
Do you know
In terms of
Yeah.
footballing ability, yeah, it's
I think
clear.
it's better.
But
But I'm sorry, I have more respect for that
Calm
than
down.
the Man United team.
But then that just goes against what both of you are saying about you lot hate each other the most. You really
No,
hate
we
us
do.
the
No,
most.
we hate each other. But
You
we
really
have
hate
that-
us
no,
the
but
most.
I hate
have more-
this man the most.
Listen, listen,
really hate this
listen,
man.
United and Liverpool
I
fans.
thought we
listen,
chose.
listen,
Draw
listen. We hate each other. However, we have more respect for each other than we do have for
Because we're cheats. Because we're the cheats.
Wait. Yeah. So,
You are the cheats, though. Man. You are the cheats. bro.
wait. What are you saying about? Wait, you said about
No, I
Chelsea.
thought Man United would be more viral with Chelsea.
Is
with
it?
Man City.
Why? How
I
come?
think
more
no,
violence.
because I thought they
Rival,
hate each other the
so-
most
Oh, right.
than Man City. I know Man City, yeah, they.
Because of the final with John
yeah,
Terry.
that's what
I don't know.
Like John
I
Terry
don't know about
slipped.
that one.
Do you know what it is? I think for me, when you talk about the old time, you said about the trouble with the 99.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Arsenal. I was not gonna say the Arsenal invincible because the next season, you know how Chelsea won the Premier and they had more points than us,
yeah.
innit?
Yeah. And they got the lowest
Liverpool-
goal.
they're on a
Oh,
madness.
yeah.
15 goals
But
conceded.
what do you think? That's what I was gonna forget. Trevor.
What year
I was
was
gonna say just Premier League.
Oh,
Chelsea is
05,
the best
04,
Premier League.
4 or 5 Chelsea.
I like
15 goals
That's
conceded.
crazy.
I like the 08
He went,
United.
what, he went
Yeah.
3 years
Oh,
without
yeah.
I like the
losing a
08
game at
United.
home, right?
Yeah.
Something dumb like that.
I
Yeah.
like the 08 United. I like the.
Chelsea.
I like the. I like
Chelsea 04.
Which
Chelsea
United?
04.
Which United?
Oh, wait.
08.
Oh, yeah, the-
08. I like the. You know, Man City 2000. You know when they won the first Premier League with
Yeah, 11-12.
11-12.
Yeah, I think that was a really good team.
That was a really good team. I think 12 and 13 United was cold as well.
We had old. That was
I
like,
like the 15
old
16
makeshift players,
Leicester.
but
I
still
don't
did the
know
job.
why.
Yeah, the
I mean,
Leicester
yeah,
one's just a
To
story.
be fair,
Everyone likes Leicester.
To be fair, let's be honest, they only won it because the top 6 teams were rubbish.
Yeah,
None
rubbish,
of them
yeah.
were competing.
No, but
Yeah.
still, they should never touch a Premier League. They should. That's
They
how good
shouldn't,
they-
but that's what I'm
how
saying.
crazy
It
they
was a fluke. It will
They're
never
fluke.
happen again
Exactly.
anytime soon.
Exactly.
mad
That's why.
story.
That's why. Like
Well, they won
they
now.
deserve to be in
Well,
it.
they're
Like
down.
that title, innit?
Yeah, they just got
No,
relegated.
Not with them, but I mean with like
Yeah,
another
yeah.
club.
I'll say I'll say like you know, for example, the 17, 18,
so
and
glad
18
they're
and
down.
19.
Same,
I'll say Man City and
I did not
Liverpool
like that.
The
all
100
times.
points, the 100.
The 100 points, the 1 point different. That's the all time, by the way. Well, we have to think about that. You have to include that as well, innit?
What do you think is more impressive, the 100 points or the Chelsea where they conceded the least goals? Because like the opposite, it's like attack versus.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the one with the Chelsea is you could do it again.
No,
You could
the
do
one
it.
with the 100 points.
15 goals.
You could do it again.
It's doable, bro.
Mourinho
I think-
with-
Wait, so you're telling me
Terry
a club's
Carvalho.
more likely to concede less than 15 or 15 goals than reach 100
I
points?
think. But look how many times you got close. It's
I think
not
it's the
that
1
hard.
point
That's
different.
us
Yeah.
though. Like,
I would
I've
say
not
the
seen
Chelsea
any
one's harder, bro.
Have Man United
Yeah.
ever gotten close to that? A
But that's what I'm
Ferguson
saying.
team?
Now, I think
No, they
now-
haven't.
No, but
The level
What's the most amount of points a Ferguson team has had? like 95?
90,
Probably.
93, 94.
Yes,
Nine-
so
90
that's what, you're
something,
7
yeah.
points off. That's
Yeah,
still,
but still, it
2
doesn't
wins
make
and
any
a
sense.
Do you
draw.
think? But
I'm
do
sorry,
you,
I have to disagree.
let me ask you. Do you think Fergie can beat a team like like City today?
No, because you can literally see.
I'm
Well, are we
no.
talking about beating a match or
You know-
beat to the league?
Doesn't
in the
matter.
league?
He would not win because
He
you know
wouldn't win
what?
the game.
You know what? Obviously, the team was crazy with Barcelona, but Guardiola showed even Guardiola's first season as a manager.
You're telling me you wouldn't win a
he beat-
single game?
I'm saying no. I never said. I'm saying like if they were both going for the league,
Oh,
Man City,
oh,
prime Man City versus prime Man United, I think we would win because Guardiola just.
I'll be real. I hate to say that. It pains me. It pains me to
Which
say it,
United
but
team are you
yeah.
talking about?
I think
I'm saying the best
if
team
we're talking
ever.
about like 08, then I'll say United. will
09.
win.
The 08 United team,
United.
I think we
I
could do
still
something.
think-
I
You know what it
think-
is?
Yeah.
This is why we cannot compare football
can't, you
teams
can't.
from different eras.
Eras, yeah,
Because
that's what
it's-
we
Especially on the
it's
counter,
different- different.
that
The
team would
football
do
played
well.
at that time is different compared to now.
Yeah, that's-
so
you
if
can
you were to
compare.
compare that anyways, yeah, and ignore my rule that I'm just saying there,
Yeah.
I think City are a better team by far in terms because think about it. Think about
But
it.
that
Yeah?
front
In the
three,
past
man,
15 years, I think the quality of football
Rooney,
played on the
Ronaldo,
pitch.
Tevez.
Listeners, I think the quality of football played on the pitch compared to the quality of football like 15 years ago is way better now.
Yeah, obviously,
The way we
but
play it now is way better.
that's why you can individual players. You can compare individual players. Like,
Yeah.
you compare, for example, Henry to like players now.
Was it you
Like
that
that.
made a point where I think it was you, where you were like, if you compare someone like Oxlade-Chamberlain to back then, I think he'd be so sick.
No, but that point makes no sense. I said that. I know. I said
You
that.
said that, innit?
But obviously, because of fitness and everything's different. So
Well, yeah.
if you
Yeah,
grab
plays
the
a
player-
factor, yeah.
if
Yeah, but
grab
the
the
fitness
player
you
now
can
and
fix.
put it
You're
on-
saying
Well,
like,
obviously that makes no sense because if you put Oxlade-Chamberlain back then, he would have the same fitness as everyone else. So it doesn't really make sense. But what I think is, I just think that team, the 09 team, the 08 team, the attack, the front three they had, that's way better than our front three right now. Like Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo is just, that's mental.
Yeah, literally everything in that team. Rooney
So
was a
attack-
strong
attack-wise, he was
ball.
better.
Ronaldo was coming up to his prime as well. We got to
Finishing,
He got
everything.
his first Ballon d'Or.
his first Ballon d'Or.
42 goals, I think, that season. Yeah, all competitions.
But my favorite,
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But my favorite season, I was gonna say like of all time, beside the bias Arsenal like the invincible, I was gonna say the 1 point difference between United and United between City and Liverpool, the 1 point difference. Because amount of like you two were trying to compete for a title and the points difference like by 1 point, like 97, I think, was it 97, 98 or something?
97 points. The one where we didn't win it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
win it.
97 points.
Yeah, that's like.
They're 98, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 90. Do you see the
No,
difference?
but that's crazy though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The standards of that is crazy.
Yeah.
I think we got
And that time
We got
was
2
a
minutes.
co-
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know you've been. Who do you
No,
think is
no.
who do you think is better, Messi or Ronaldo? Sorry, man. I just want to ask him. Innit? He's been quiet, innit?
I'm not good with names, but I prefer the old football teams than the new generation. But that's a good question. Though. A lot of people are saying Ronaldo, Messi. I grew up. I like Ronaldo, but I grew up with Messi more because when I was playing football, I preferred Messi's style than Ronaldo because he's more a team. Like you guys were talking
Team
about,
player, yeah.
he's more a team
I
player.
get what you mean.
I know Ronaldo, he's a shooter. God damn, he's a good
But
shooter.
he's like more doing it for himself.
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
it for, he
Yeah,
wants
I
to
get
show
what you mean.
he's the one. But Messi, he's a team player. Because you know how in the World Cup, he was playing amazing, man. But I think
I get
Messi,
you.
100%.
No, 100%.
So
I can't disagree with that as well.
Nah. I know
I think Messi.
someone endures Ronaldo. I know I show speed. He endures that guy.
Don't get me wrong, I like him because obviously he played for my club, but I'll be real, it's Messi.
No, I feel sorry
That
for
West-
him.
that
What
World
happened to
Cup
him when he
just
was in
made
the
it-
Yeah, I
when
think
he
the
came.
World Cup just put the nail on the coffin.
Pretty
in
much.
terms of that discussion. I think
It's not bad, you know.
Messi.
But I feel sorry for Ronaldo. But when he came back to Man United, I thought people would be happy. But nah, that was a totally different story.
Just cut it.
Yeah.
Let's be so, innit?
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
conversation.
Like, comment,
I can't
and
lie.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that
Shout
good
out
stuff.
their channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, RTrizzy TV will be in the description down below, so go and check it out and check out what content we got there. We've dropped some reactions and like we're trying to drop other videos as well. So yeah, man.
Appreciate that for coming down, innit? Thank you.
Yeah, my guy. Welcome anytime.
Thanks for having us. innit?
No worries,
Oh my
man.
god.